Thank you all so much for coming to the show. The cast and crew have been working incredibly hard for the past few months, and we know they are very excited to show you their work. Before we begin, there are a couple of notes we need to make.
Please, take this time to turn off cell phones and other electronic devices that make noise. Also, please no flash photography.
In the unlikely event of an emergency, please be aware of the emergency exits at the corners of the theater.
There will be a 10-minute intermission after Act 3, Scene 1, during which concessions will be sold in the hall. Proceeds from concessions support the Red Curtain Drama Club.
Speaking of the Red Curtain Drama Club, auditions for the Pajama Game, our spring musical, will be held Tuesday, December 18th after school.
Now sit back,
relax,
and enjoy Romeo and Juliet.
Two households, both alike in dignity, in fair Verona, where we lay our scene, from ancient grudge break to new mutiny, where civil blood makes civil hands unclean.
From forth the fatal loins of these two foes, a pair of star-crossed lovers take their life,
whose misadventured, piteous overthrows do with their death bury their parents' strife.
the fearful passage of their death-marked love, and the continuance of their parents' rage,
which but their children's end naught could remove,
is now the 2 hours traffic of our state.
The which, if you with patient ears attend, what here shall miss, our toil shall strive to mend.
I strike quickly, being moved.
but thou art not quickly moved to strike on.
The dog of the house of Montague moved me.
To move is to stir, and to be valiant is to stand. Therefore, if thou art moved, thou runst away.
A dog of that house shall move me to stand. I will take the wall of any enervated Montague.
That shows thee a weak slave, for the weakest goes to the wall.
True, and therefore a woman, being the weaker vessels, are ever thrust to the wall. Therefore, I will push Montague's men from the wall and thrust his women to the wall.
The quarrel is between our masters and us. They're men.
It's all one. I will show myself the tyrant. When I have fought with the men, I will be cruel with the maids and cut off their heads.
The heads of the maids.
I, the heads of the maids, or the maiden heads.
Oh!
Tis known I am a pretty piece of flesh.
Draw thy tool. Here comes through the house of the Montague.
My naked weapon is out. Twirl, and I will back thee.
How? Turn thy back and run?
Fear me not.
Do you bite your thumb at us, sir?
Do you bite my thumb, sir?
Do you bite your thumb at us, sir?
The law side, say I.
No.
No, sir. I do not bite my thumb at you, sir. But I do bite my thumb, sir.
Do you quarrel, sir?
Quarrel, sir? No, sir.
If
you do, sir, I am for you. I serve as good a man as you.
No better.
Well, sir.
Say better. Here comes one of my master's kinsmen.
Yes, better, sir.
You lie!
Put up your swords! You know not what you do.
What? Art thou drawn among these heartless hinds? Turn thee, Benvolio, look upon thy death.
I do keep peace. I do put up thy sword and men, part these men with me.
Drawn and talk of peace. I hate the word, as I hate hell, all Montagues and thee. Have at it, coward.
Bring me my love sword home! All Montagues come, and Fred is interplayed in spite of me!
Enemies of peace! Will they not fear? What? Ho! You men! You beasts! That quench the fire Verona's ancient citizens, cast by their brave ceiling ornaments, to wield old partisans, and hands as old canker, with peace to part your cankered hate. If ever you disturb our streets again, your lives shall pay the forfeit of the peace. For this time all the rest depart away. You, Capulet, shall go along with me. And Montague, come you this afternoon to know our further pleasure in this case. To Old Freetown, our common judgment place. Once more, on pain of death, all men depart.
Who set this ancient quarrel no approach? Speak, nephew. Were you there when it began?
Here were the servants of your adversary, and yours close fighting ere I did approach. I drew to part them, but in the instant came the fiery Tybalt with sword prepared, which, as he breathed defiance to my ears, he swung about his head and cut the winds. While we were interchanging thrusts and blows, came more and more and fought on part to part, till the prince came who parted either party.
Oh, where is Romeo? Saw you him today? Right glad I am he was not at this fray.
Madam, an hour before the worshipped sun peered forth the golden window of the east, a troubled mind drave me to walk abroad. So early walking did I see your son toward him at 8 when he was ware with me, and he stole into the covert of the wood.
Many a morning hath he there been seen, with tears augmenting the morning dew, adding to clouds more clouds of his deep sighs. Black and pretentious must his humor prove. Unless the counsel has cause.
My noble aunt, do you know the cause?
I neither know of it nor can learn it.
Have you importuned him by any means?
Both by myself and many other friends, but he, his own affections, counselor is to himself. I will not say how true, but to himself so secret and so close, so far from sounding and discovery. Could we but learn from whence his sorrows grow, we would as willingly give cure as know.
See where he comes. So please you step aside. I'll know his grievance or be much denied.
I would never get so happy by this day. Come, madam, let's wed.
Is the day so young?
What news struck 9?
Ay me, sad hours seem long. Is that my mother that went so fast?
It was. What sadness lengthens Romeo's hours?
Not having that, which having makes them short.
Oh, in love.
Out.
Of love.
Out of her favor, where I am in love.
Alas, that love so gentle in his view should be so rough and tyrannous and cruel.
Alas, that love, whose view is muffled still, should without eyes pathways to his will. Where shall we dine? We. What brings us here? Yet tell me not, for I have heard it all. Here's much to do with hate, but more with love. Why then, oh brawling love, oh loving hate, oh anything, of nothing first create. Oh heavy lightness, serious vanity, misshapen chaos of well-seeming forms, feather of lead, bright smoke, cold fire, sick health, still waking sleep. That is not what it is. This love feel no love in this. Dost thou not laugh?
No, cause I'd rather weep.
Good heart at what?
At thy good heart's oppression.
I such as love's transgression. Griefs of mine own lie heavy in my breast. Wouldst thou propagate, have pressed with more of thine? This love that thou hast shown doth add more grief, too much of mine own. Farewell, my cousin.
Soft, I will go along, and if you leave me so, you do me wrong.
Tut, I am with myself. I am not here. This is not Romeo. He's some other where.
In sadness, who is it you love?
And shall I groan and tell thee?
Groan, why no, but sadly tell me who.
In sadness, cousin, I do love a woman.
Aims of love.
Right fair markman, and she's fair, I love.
Well, right fair mark, fair cause as soon as king.
Well, in that hit you miss. She'll not be hit with Cupid's arrow. She hath Diane's wit. And in strong proof of chastity well armed, from love's weak childish bow she lives unharmed. She will not stay the siege of loving terms, nor bide the encounter of assailing eyes, nor overlap to saint seducing gold. Oh, she is rich in beauty, only poor that when she dies, with beauty dies her store.
Then she hath sworn that she will still live chaste.
She hath, and in that sparing makes huge waste. She hath forsworn to love, and in that vow do I live dead, that live to tell it now.
Be ruled by me, forget to think of her.
Oh, teach me how I should forget to think.
By giving liberty unto mine eyes, examine other beauties.
Just the way to call hers exquisite, and question even more. Show me a mistress that is passing fair. What doth her beauty serve, but as a note where I may read past that passing fair? Farewell, my cousin, thou canst not teach me to forget.
I'll pay that doctrine or else die in debt.
bound as well as I, and penalty alike. And 'tis not hard, I think, for men's wool as we to keep the peace.
Of honorable reckoning are you both, and pity to do the good odds so long. But now, my lord, what saves my suit?
But saying over what I've said before, my daughter's but a stranger in the world. She hath not seen a change in 14 years. Let 2 more summers wither in their pride, ere we think her right to be a bride.
Younger than she, our happy mother's maid.
And too soon marred them so early made. The earth will flaw in all my hopes but she. She is the hopeful lady admirer. But woo her, gentle parents, get her heart. My will to her consent is but a part. And if she agrees, within her scope of choice, lies my consent and fair according voice. This night I hold an old accustomed feast, whereto I've invited many a guest, and you among the store. One more makes my number more. Come, go with me.
Oh, tough man, one fire burns out another's burning. One pain is lessened by another's anger.
Oh!
My Romeo, art thou mad?
Not mad, not more than a madman is. Shut up in prison, kept without my food, whipped and tormented and... God, good fellow.
God, I pray, sir, can you read?
I, my own fortune and my misery.
Perhaps you've learned it without book, but I pray, can you read anything you see?
I, if I know the letters in the language.
You say honestly, rest you merry.
Stay fellow, I can read. Signor Martino and his wife and daughters, Count Anselm and his beauteous sisters, the lady widow of Vitravio, Signor Placencio and his lovely nieces, Mercutio and her brother Valentine, mine uncle Capulet, his wife and daughters, my fair niece Rosaline, Livia, Signor Valentio and his cousin Tybalt, Lucio and the lively Helena. A fair assembly, whither should they come? Whither?
To supper, to our house.
Whose house?
My master's.
Indeed, I should have asked you that.
Now I'll tell you without asking. My master is the great rich Capulet, and if you be not in the house of Montagues, I pray, come and crush a cup of wine. Rest you merry.
This same feast of Capulet sups the fair Rosaline whom thou lovest with all the other admired beauties of Verona. Go thither, and with an unattained eye, compare her face with some that I shall show, and I will make thee think thy swan a crow.
Well, go along, if such sight to be shown, but to rejoice in splendor of mine own.
Nurse, where's my daughter? Call her forth to me.
Now, by my maidenhead of 12-year-olds, I bade him come. Why, lamb. Why, ladybird. God forbid, where's this girl? But, Juliet!
How now? Who called?
Your mother.
Madam, I'm here. What is your will?
This is the matter.
Nurse, give leave a while. We must talk in secret.
Nurse, come back again.
I have remembered me, those hear our counsel. You know my daughter to be of a pretty age.
Hey, I can tell her age into an hour.
She's not yet 14.
I'll lay 14 to my teeth, and yet to my teeth be it spoken I have before. She's not 14. How long is it now till Lammas time?
A fortnight and odd days.
Even or odd or all the days of the year. Come Lammas Eve at night shall she be 14. Susan and she, God rest all Christian souls, were of an age, well, Susan is with God. She was too good for me. But as I said, on Lammas Eve at night shall she be 14. How shall she marry? I remember it well. 'Tis since the earthquake now 11 years and she was weaned. I never shall forget it. Of all the days of the year, upon that day, for the night I laid warm to my dove, sitting in the sun under the dove-house wall. My lord and you were then at Mantua. Nay, I do bear a brain. But as I said, when it did taste the wormwood on the nipple of my dove, you felt it bitter. Pretty fool, to see it touchy and fall out with them. And since that time is now 11 years, for then she could stand alone. Nay, by the root, she could have run and waddled all about. For even the day before she broke her brow, and my husband, God be with his soul, was a merry man, took up the child. Yea, quoth he, dost thou fall upon thy face? Thou wilt fall backwards when thou hast more wit. Wilt thou not, Jewel? By my holy damn, the pretty wretch left crying said, to see now is such a jest shall come about. I wore it next to 1,000 years, I never shall forget it. Wilt thou not, Jewel? Quoth he, and the pretty fool, it stinted and said, his eyes pray thee, hold thy peace. Yes, madam. Get up, choose but laugh, to think it should leave crying and say aye. And yet, I warrant, it had upon its brow a bump as big as a young cockerel stone, a parlous knock, and it cried bitterly. Yea, quoth my husband, paused upon thy face, thou wilt fall backwards when thou comest of age. Wilt thou not, Jewel? It stinted and said, and speak thou to a brady nurse, say I. Peace, I have done. God mark thee to his grace, thou wast the prettiest babe that e'er I nursed.
and I might live to see thee married once. I have my wish.
Mary, that Mary is the very theme I came to talk of. Tell me, daughter, Juliet, how stands your disposition to be married?
It is an honor I dream not of. An honor? Were I not thine only nurse, I would say thou hast like wisdom from thy teeth.
Well, consider marriage now. Younger than you, here in Verona, ladies of esteem are made already mothers. By my account, I was your mother much upon these years that you are now a maid. Thus then, in brief, the valiant Paris seeks you for his love.
A man, young lady. A man is all the world. Why, he's a man of what?
Verona summer hath not such a flower.
Nay, he's a flower. In faith, a very flower.
What say you? Can you love the gentleman? Tonight you shall behold him at our feast. Read o'er the volume of young Paris' face, and find delight writ there with beauty's pen. Examine every several lineament, and see how one another lends content. And what obscured in that fair volume lies, find hidden in the margin of his eyes. This precious book of love, this unbound lover, to beautify him only lacks a cover. So shall you share all that he doth possess, by having him making yourself no less.
No less? Nay, bigger. Women grow by men.
Speak briefly. Can you like a Paris love? I'll look to like, if looking like you move. And no more deep will I endart mine eye, and your consent gives it strength to make it fly.
Madam, the guests are come. Supper served up. You called, my young lady asked for, the nurse cursed in the pantry, and everything in extremity. I must hence to wait. I beseech you, follow straight.
We follow thee. Juliet,
The county stands. Go, girl. Sing happy nights to happy days.
Let them measure us by what they will. We'll measure them a measure and be gone.
Give me a torch. I am not for this ambulance.
Hey, gentle Romeo, we must have you dance.
Not I, believe me. You have dancing shoes with nimble soles. I have a soul of lead.
You are a lover. Borrow Cupid's wing.
And to soar and pierce it with his shaft, to soar with his light feathers. And so bound, for love's heavy burden do I sink.
And to sink in it should you burden love. Too great oppression for a tender thing.
Is love a tender thing? It is too rough, too rude, too boisterous, and it pricks like thorns.
Love be rough with you. Be rough with love. Prick love for pricking and defeat love death. Give me a case to put my visage in. A visor? For a visor. What care I with curious eye doth quote deformity?
Come, knock and enter, and no sooner in than every man need to take him to his legs.
I'll be a candle holder and look on. The game was ne'er so fair. I am done.
Tut! Done's the mouse. The constable's own word. If thou art done, we'll draw thee from the mire of this Sir Reverend's love, wherein thou stickest up to the ears. Come, leave our daylight, huh?
Just know it to go.
Why? May one ask.
I dreamt a dream tonight.
And so did I.
What was yours?
That dreamers often
In
lie.
bed asleep, while they do dream things true.
Oh. Then I see. Queen Mab hath been with you. She is the fairy's midwife, and she comes in shape no bigger than an agate stone on the forefinger of an alderman, drawn with a team of little atomies athwart men's noses as they lie asleep. Her wagon spokes, made of long spider's legs, the covers of the wings of grasshoppers, the traces of the smallest spider's web, the collars of the moonshine's watery beams, her whip of cricket's bone, the lash of film, her wagoner, a small gray-coated gnat, not so big as a round little worm pricked from the lazy finger of a maid. Her chariot is an empty hazelnut made by the joiner squirrel or old grub, time out of mind the fairies' coachmakers. And in this state she gallops night by night through lovers' brains, and then they dream of love. Or courtiers' knees that dream on cozy straight. Or lawyers' fingers that straight dream on thieves. Or ladies' lips who straight on kisses dream with the off the angry mad with blisters place, because their breaths with sweetmeats tainted are. Sometimes she gallops o'er a courtier's nose, and then dreams he is smelling out of suit. Sometimes comes she with a tied pig's tail, tickling the parson's nose as Eliza sleeps. Then drinks he of another benefice. Sometimes she driveth o'er a soldier's neck, and then dreams he of cutting foreign throats, of breeches, heavy sky, of Spanish blades of help, 5 fathom deep! And then, anon, drums in his ear, which he starts and wakes, and being thus frightened, swears a prayer or two and sleeps again. This is that very god that plats the manes of horses in the night, and bakes the elf locks and foul sluttish hairs, which once untangled, must with misfortune bodes. This is the hag that when maids lie on their backs, presses them and lures the birds to bear, making them women of good carriage. This is she!
Peace, Mercutio, peace! Thou speakst of nothing!
True. I talk of dreams, which are the children of an idle brain, begot of nothing but vain fantasy, which is as thin of substance as the air and more inconstant than the wind.
This wind you speak of blows us from ourselves. Supper is done, we shall come too late.
I fear too early. My mind misgives some consequence, yet hanging in the stars, shall bitterly begin its fearful date with this night's revel. Expire the term, but despised life close it in my breast. But he that hath the steerage of my course direct my sail. On.
Like a rich jewel in an Ethiopian ear. Beauty too rich for use, for earth too dear. Does my heart love till now? Forswear at sight, for I ne'er saw true beauty till this night.
This boy's voice should be among you. Fetch me my rapier, boy!
Gangnam Style.
How dare this slave covered with an empty face, come to fear and sworn at our Slavick. Now by the stock and honor of my king, the strike of death, I hold in my sin.
How now? Wherefore stormed you so, Kingston?
Uncle, this is a Montague, our foe, that has come in spite to clear and sworn at our Slavick this night.
Young Romeo, is it?
'Tis he, that villain Romeo.
Content me, gentle pause. Let him alone. He bears himself like a portly gentleman. And in truth, Rhoda brags of him to be a virtuous and well-governed youth. I would not the walls of all the town here in my house doing this burden. So, be patient, let him alone. It is my will, the which if thou respect, put off these frowns, an ill-beseeming semblance for a feast.
It beats when such a villain is a guest, will not endure it.
She shall be endured. What, good man, boy? Don't you? Am I the master here or you? You'll not endure it? God shall mend my soul, I'll make you quiet. What cheerly, my hearts?
I will withdraw, but this intrusion shall, now seeming sweet, convert to bitter gall.
My lips, two fluffy pilgrims ready stand, smooth up our touch, tender kiss.
Good pilgrim, we do wrong or not too much. Rather than emotional than this. The saints have hands, the pilgrim's hands you touch. Palm to palm, holy palm to this.
Not safe lips, holy palm too.
High for the lips we must use in prayer.
Then you're saying, let lips do what hands do. They pray, right down. Faith turns to despair.
So much to give. Understand.
Do not move, go grant for prayer's sake.
And move not while I pray for that I hate. My dying, my sin is heard.
Then how my lips the sin they have took?
Sin for my lips, and will trust it sweetly urge. Give me my sin again.
Kissed by the book. Mad? Your mother craves a word with you.
What is her mother?
Mary Bachelor. Her mother is the lady of peace. And a good lady. And a kind. And a virtuous. I nursed her daughter. That you talked to Paul. I tell you, you can eye hold of her, she'll have the chick.
Is she a Capulet? Oh, dear account.
Come hither, nurse. What is yon gentleman?
The son and heir of old burial.
What's he now that's going on for?
Mary, that I think beyond picture you.
What's he that follows there? I don't know. Who asked his name? If he be married, the grave is going to be my wedding bed.
His name is Romeo and a Montague, the only son of your great enemy.
Love sprung from my only hate. Too early unknown and known too late.
Juliet!
Anon. Come, let's away. The strangers all are gone.
Romeo! My cousin Romeo!
He is wise, and all my life hath stolen him home to bed.
He ran this way and left this orchard wall. Call him, Mercutio.
Nay, I'll conjure too. Romeo.
Humors. Bad man. Passion. Lover. Appear thou in the likeness of a sigh. Speak with one rhyme and I am satisfied. Cry but by me. Pronounce but love and dove. He heareth not, he stirreth not, he moveth not. The ape is dead. And thou must conjure him. I conjure thee by Rosaline's bright eyes, by her high forehead and scarlet lip, by her fine foot, straight leg, and quivering thigh, and the domains which there adjacent lie, that in thy likeness thou appear to us.
And if he hear thee, thou wilt anger him.
This cannot anger him. My invitation is fair and honest, and if in his mistress' name I conjure only but to raise him up.
Oh, come. He hath hid himself among these trees, to be consorted with the humorous night. Blind is his love, and best befits the dark.
If love be blind, love cannot hit the mark. Romeo, good night. I'll to my truckle bed. This field bed is too cold for me to sleep. Come, shall we go?
Go then, for 'tis in vain to seek and fear that means not to be found.
She just had scars, and never felt a wound. But soft, what light through yonder window breaks? It is the east, and Juliet the sun. Arise, fair sun, and kill the envious moon, who's already sick and pale with grief that thou, her maid, art far more fair than she. Oh, be not her maid, for she is envious, The rest of the livery has been sick, and green and numbered fools do wear it. Cast it off. It is my lady. Oh, it is my love. Did she knew she were? She speaks, yet she says nothing. What of that? Her eye discourses. I will answer it. I am too bold. 'Tis not to me she speaks. Two of the fairest stars in all the heavens, having some business, do entreat her eyes to twinkle in their spheres till they return. What if her eyes were there? They in her head. The brightness of her cheek would shame those stars, and they lit not the lamp. Her eye in heaven, through the airy region, streams so bright, birds would sing, and think it were not night. She rests her cheek upon her hand. Oh, that I were a glove upon that hand, that I might touch that cheek. She speaks. Oh, speak again, great angel. For thou art as glorious this night, being o'er our heads, as is a winged messenger of heaven. Under the white, upturned, wondering eyes of mortals, fall back to gaze upon us, when he bestrides the lazy pacing clouds and sails upon the bosom of the air.
Oh, Romeo! Romeo! Wherefore art thou, Romeo? Deny thy father and refuse thy name. Or if thou wilt not be but sworn my love, and I'll no longer be a Capulet.
Shall I hear more, or shall I speak at this?
Just put thy name that is my enemy. For thyself thou not a Montague. It's Montague. There's no hand, nor foot, nor arm, nor face, nor any other part belonging to a man. Oh, be some other name. What's in a name? That which we call a rose by any other name would smell as sweet. So Romeo would, were he not Romeo called, retain that dear perfection which we owe without that title. Romeo, doff thy name. For that name, which is no part of thee, take all myself.
I take thee at thy word. Call me but love, and I'll be new baptized. Henceforth I never will be Romeo.
What man art thou thus bescreened night so stumblest on my counsel?
By a name, I know not how to tell thee who I am. My name, dear saint, is hateful to myself because it is an enemy to thee. Had I yet written, I would tear the word.
My ears have not yet drunk 100 words of that tongue's utterance. Yet I know the sound. Art thou not Romeo? And a Montague?
Neither, fair saint, if either be dislike.
How camest thou hither? And tell me wherefore? The orchard walls are high and hard to climb, and this place death, considering who thou art, if any of my kinsmen find me here.
With love's light wings that I overperch these walls. For stony lovers cannot hold love out. And what love can do, that dares love attempt. For that kinsmen are no stop to me.
They do see thee. They will murder thee.
Alas, there lies more power than thine eye in 20 of their swords. Look thou with sweet and I am proof against their enmity.
Not for the world they saw thee here.
I have night's clothes to hide me from their sight. And, but thou love me, let them find me here. My life were better ended by their hate than death prorogued, wanting of thy love.
By whose direction foundst thou this place?
By love, first it brought me to inquire. He lent me counsel and I lent him eyes.
Thou knowest the mask of night is on my face. Also to made him blush bepaint my cheek, for which thou hast heard me speak tonight. Fain would I dwell on form, fain deny what I spoke. Farewell compliment. Dost thou love me? I know thou wilt say aye, and I will take thy word. But if thou swearest, thou may prove false. Lovers' perjuries, they say Jove laughs. O gentle Romeo, if thou dost love, pronounce it faithfully. Or if thou thinkst I'm too quickly won, I'll frown or be perverse, and say thee nay, so thou wilt woo, but else not for the world. In truth, fair Montague, I am too fond, and thou mayst think my behavior light. But trust me, gentlemen, I'll prove more true than those that have more cunning to be strange. Oh, I should have been more strange, I must confess. That thou overheardst ere I was bare my true love's passion. Therefore pardon me, and not impute this yielding to light love, which the dark night hath so discovered.
Lady, by yonder blessed moon I swear, which drips with silver these fruit treetops.
Oh, swear not by the moon, the inconstant moon, that monthly changes in her circled orb, lest thy love prove likewise variable.
What shall I swear by?
Do not swear at all. Or, if thou wilt, swear by thy gracious self, which is the God of my idolatry, and I believe thee.
With my heart's dear love.
Do not swear. boy, joy in me. I have no joy in this contract tonight. It's too rash, too unadvised, too sudden. Too like lightning which doth cease ere one can say it lightens. Sweet, good night. This bud of love, my summer's ripening breath, will prove a beauteous flower when we next meet. Good night. Good night. A sweet repose and rest come to thy heart that is within my breast.
Oh, wilt thou leave me so unsatisfied?
What satisfaction canst thou have tonight?
The exchange of thy heart's faithful vow for mine.
I gave thee mine before thou didst request it. Yet I would it were to give again.
Shall I withdraw it? For what purpose, love?
To be frank, I give it thee again. Yet I wish for the thing I have. My bounty is as boundless as the sea. My love is deep. The more I give to thee, the more I have. For both are infinite.
Juliet!
I hear some noise within. Dear love, adieu. Anon, good nurse! Sweet Montague, be true. Stay but a little, I will come again.
Oh, blessed night. I'm afeard, being a knight, this is but a dream. Too flattering and sweet to be substantial.
3 words, dear Romeo, and good night indeed. If that thy bent of love be honorable, thy purpose marriage, send me word tomorrow, by one that I'll procure to come to thee, where and what time thou wilt perform the rite. All my fortunes at thy foot I'll lay, and follow thee, my lord, throughout the world.
Madam!
I come anon! What if thou meanst not well, I do beseech thee.
Madam!
By and by, I come! To cease thy suit and leave me to my grief tomorrow will I send.
To thrive my soul.
1,000 times good night.
1,000 times the worst, to want thy light. Love goes towards love, schoolboys from their books, but love from love towards school with heavy looks.
Psst, Romeo, psst.
My love,
What o'clock tomorrow shall I send to thee?
at the hour of 9.
I will not fail. 'Tis 20 years till then. I forgot why I did call thee back.
Let me stand here till thou remembers it.
Shall forget. Have thee still stand there, remembering how I love thy company.
And I'll still stand, have thee still forget, forgetting any other home but this.
'Tis almost morning. I would have thee gone. And yet, no further than a wanton's bird who lets it hop a little from her hand. The poor prisoner in his twisted dives, with a silver thread plucks it back in again, so loving, jealous of his liberty.
I would I were thy bird.
Sweet, so would I. And yet I should kill thee with much cherishing. Good night. Good night. Parting is such sweet sorrow. I shall say good night till it be morrow.
Sleep fall upon thine eyes, peace in thy breast. And I were sleep in peace, so sweet to rest. Hence I will to my ghostly father's cell, his help to crave, my dear half to tell.
Smiles on the frowning night, checkering the eastern clouds with streaks of light.
Now, ere the sun advances burning eye, the day to cheer and night's day dew to dry. I must have filled this austere cage of ours with baleful weeds and precious juice flowers. For not so vile in the earth doth live, but to the earth some special good doth give. Nor aught so good strains from that fair use, revolts from true birth, stumbling on abuse. Virtue itself turns vice, being misapplied, and vice sometimes by action dignified. Within the infant rind of this small flower, poison hath residence and medicine power. For this, being smelt, for that part cheers each part, being tasted slays all senses with the heart. Two such opposed kings encamp them still in man as well as herbs, grace and rude will. And where the worser is predominant, will soon the kingdom, death eats up that land.
Good morrow, father.
Benedicite, what early tongue so sweet saluteth me? Young son, it argues a distempered head so soon to bid good morrow to thy bed. Care keeps his watch in every old man's eye, and where care lodges, sleep will never lie. But where unbruised youth with unslept brain doth couch his limbs, there golden sleep doth reign. Therefore thy earliness doth me assure thou art aroused by some distemperature. Or if not so, then here I hit it right. Our Romeo hath not been in bed tonight.
The last is true. The sweeter rest was mine.
God pardon sin, what's that with Rosaline?
Rosaline, my ghostly father? No, I forgot that name, and that name's Woe.
That's my good son, but where hast thou been then?
I'll tell thee, ere thou ask it me again. I have been feasting with mine enemy, when, on a sudden, one has wounded me. It's by me wounded. Both our remedies within thy help and holy physic lie. I bear no hatred, blessed man, for lo, my intercession likewise steads my foe.
Be plain, good son, and homely in thy drift. Riddling confession finds, but riddling shrift.
And plainly know my heart's dear love is set on the fair daughter of rich Capulet. As mine on hers, shall hers be set on mine. But all combined, save what thou must combine by holy marriage. What and where and how we met, we wooed, and made exchange of vow, I'll tell thee as we pass. But this I pray, that thou consent to marry us today.
Holy Saint Francis, what change is here? His Rosaline, whom thou just loved so dear, so soon forsaken? Young men's love then lies, not truly in their hearts, but in their eyes. Jesu Maria, what a deal of brine hath washed thy sallow cheeks for Rosaline? How much salt water, thrown away in waste, to season love that of it doth not taste. The sun not yet thy sighs from heaven clears, thy old groans ring yet in my ancient ears. Lo, here upon thy cheek a stain doth sit, of an old tear that is not washed off yet. If thou wast thyself in these woes thine, thou in these woes were all for Rosaline. And art thou changed? Put out this sentence then. Women may fall when there's no strength in men.
Thou chase me off for loving Rosaline.
For doting, not for loving, pupil mine.
That's me very love.
Not in a grief to lay one in, another out to have.
Pray, chide not. She my love now, doth grace for grace, and love for love allow. The other did not so.
Oh, she knew well. Thy love could read by rote and could not spell.
But come, young waverer, come, go with me. In this respect I'll thy assistant be. For this alliance may so have you prove to turn your household's rancor to pure love.
Oh, let us hence. I stand on sudden haste.
Lively and slow, they stumble that run fast.
Where the devil should this Romeo be? Came you not home tonight?
Not to his mother's, I spoke with his man.
That same pale, hard-hearted wench, that Rosaline, torments him so that he will sure run mad.
Tybalt, the kinsman of old Capulet, hath sent a letter to his house.
Challenge on my life.
Romeo will answer it.
Any man that can write may answer a letter.
Nay, he will answer the letter's master how he dares, being dared.
Alas, poor Romeo, he is already dead. Stabbed with the white wench's black eye, shot through the ear with a love song, the very pin of his heart cleft with the blind bow-boy's butt shaft. And is he a man to encounter Tybalt?
Why, what is Tybalt?
More than the prince of cats, I can tell you. He is the courageous captain of compliments. He fights as you sing correct song, keeps time, distance, and proportion. Rest me his minim rest 1, 2, and the third in your bosom, the very butcher of a silk button. A duelist, a gentleman of the very first house, of the first and second cause. The immortal Passado, the Ponzo Reverso, the
Here comes Romeo, here comes Romeo.
without row, like right there. Flesh, coward pie. Senior Romeo, bonjour. There's a French salutation to your French squaw. You gave us the counterfeit fairly late last night.
Good morrow to you both. What counterfeit did I give you?
Slip, sir, the slip.
Pardon, good Mercutio. My business was great. And in such a case as mine, a man may strain courtesy.
Not as much to say such a case as yours constrains a man to bow in the hams.
Meaning to courtesy.
Thou hast most kindly.
A most courteous exposition.
And I am the very pink of courtesy.
Pink for flower.
Right.
Why then is my pump well flowered?
Well said. Follow me this just now till thou hast worn out thy pump. That when the single soul of it is worn, the jest may remain after the wearing soul singular.
Oh, single soul a jest. Solely singular. Single.
Come between us, good Benvolio, my wits fade.
Within spurs are all prime match.
Nay, if thy wits run the wild goose chase I have done, for thou wast more of the wild goose in one of thy wits than I am sure I have in my whole 5. Was I with you there for the goose?
I was never with me for anything, and thou was not there for the goose.
I will bite thee by the ear for that.
Make a goose, bite not.
Thy wit is a very bittersweet.
It is the most sharp sauce.
So now well served into a sweet goose.
Why? Is this not better now than groaning for love? Now art thou sociable? Now art thou Romeo? Now art thou what thou art, thy art as well as thy nature.
Here's goodly gear.
Peter!
Nod.
Good fan, Peter? Good, Peter. To hide her face, for her fans the fairer face.
God ye good morrow, gentlemen.
God ye good den, fair gentlewoman.
Is it good den?
'Tis no less I tell you, for the body hand of the dial is now upon the brick of new.
Out upon you, what a one are you?
One gentlewoman the God hath made, herself to mar.
By my troth, it is well said, for herself to mar. Quoth, gentlemen, can any of you tell me where I might find young Romeo?
I can tell you, but young Romeo will be older than when you have found him than he was when you sought him. I am the youngest of that name, for fault of the worst.
You say well.
Yeah, is the worst well? Very well took it, Faith. Wisely, wisely.
If you be he, sir, exercise some confidence.
Oh, she will indict him to some supper.
Oh, God, oh, God, oh, God, so ho. Romeo, will you to your mother's? Will to dinner.
I will follow you.
Farewell, ancient lady. Farewell, lady.
Mary,
Farewell.
saucy merchant was this that was so full of her ropery?
A gentlewoman that loves to hear herself talk, and will speak more in a minute than she will stand to in a month.
Can she speak anything against me? I will keep her down. And if she were lustier than she is, then twice and shouts. And if I cannot, I'll try another shout. Scurvy knee, and now must stand my two to suffer every knee to use me as pleasure.
I saw no man use you in pleasure. If I had, my weapon should quickly have been out. I warrant you. I dare draw as soon as the next man. If I see occasion in a good quarrel, and the law on my side.
Now, poor God, I am so vexed that every part about me quivers. Pray you, sir, a word. As I told you, my young lady bade me inquire you out. What she bade me say, I will keep to myself. But first, let me tell ye, if ye should lead the girl to a fool's paradise, as they say, it would be a very gross kind of behavior, as they say. But the gentlewoman is young, and therefore, if you should deal double with her, truly it would be an ill thing to be offered to any young woman, and a very big deal.
Commend me to thy lady and mistress. I protest unto thee.
Good heart, me faith, I will do as much. Lord, Lord, she will be a joyful woman.
What wilt thou tell her, nurse? Thou dost not mark me.
I will tell her, sir, that you do protest, which I take as a gentlemanlike offer.
Bid her devise some means to come to shrift this afternoon, and there she shall, friar Lord shall be shrived and married. Farewell. Be trusty, and I'll fit thy pains.
No, truly, sir, not a penny.
What do I say you shall?
This afternoon, sir, she shall be there.
And stay good nurse behind the abbey wall. Within the hour my man shall be with thee, and bring thee cord made like a tackled stair, which the high-top gallant of my joy must be my convoy in the secret night. Farewell. Be trusty, I'll put thy pains. Farewell, commend me to thy lady.
God grant you grace, hark you, sir. Is your man secret? Did you ne'er hear say, to make you counsel, put anyone away?
I'll warrant thee my man's as true as steel. Commend me to thy lady.
1,000 times. Peter!
God.
Take my fan, Peter, go forward into pace.
At 9 o'clock I did send the nurse. Half an hour she promised to return. Perchance she cannot meet him. That is not so. Oh, she is lame. Love's herald should be thoughts which 10 times faster glide than the sun's beams, driving back shadows over luring hills. Now is the sun upon the highmost hill of this day's journey, and from 9 till 12 is 3 long hours, yet she has not come. Had she affections and warm youthful blood, she would swiftly motion as a ball. My words would bandy her to my sweet love, and his to me. Good old folks may feign as they were dead, unwieldy, slow, heavy, and pale as lead. Oh God, she comes! Oh honey nurse, what news? Hast thou met with him?
Oh, good, sweet nurse. Oh, Lord, why thou look sad? If news be sad, yet tire me merrily. If good, thou shamest the music of sweet news by playing it to me with so sour a face.
I am aweary. Give me leave a while. Fie, how my bones ache. What a jaunt have I had.
But thou hast my bones, and I thy news. Nay, I come, I pray thee, speak, good nurse, speak.
Jesu, what haste? Can you not stay a while? Do you not see that I am out of breath?
How art thou out of breath when thou hast breath to say to me that thou art out of breath? Excuse that thou dost make in this delay is the longer than the tale that thou dost excuse. Is thy news good or bad? Answer to that. Say either and I'll stay the circumstance. Let me be satisfied. Is it good or bad?
Well, you have made a simple choice. You know not how to choose a man. Romeo, no, not he. Though his face be better than any man's, and his leg excels all men's, and for a hand, and a foot, and a body, though they be not talked upon, yet they are past compare. He is not the flower of courtesy, but I'll warn you, as gentle as a lamb. Go thy ways, wench, serve God. What? Have you done at home?
No, but all this I did know before. What says he of our marriage? What of that?
Your love says, like it. My back. Oh, the other side. My back. Beshrew your heart for sending me about to catch my death with jaunting up and down.
Faith, I'm sorry that thou art not well. Sweet nurse, what says my love?
Your love says, like an honest gentleman, and a courteous, and a kind, and a handsome, and I warrant, a virtuous. Where's your mother?
Where is my mother?
She is within.
Where should she be? How oddly thou repliest. Your love says, like an honest gentleman, where is your mother?
Oh, God, lady dear, are you so hot? Mary, come up, I trow. Is this the poultice for my aching bones? Henceforward, do your messages yourself.
You're such a coil. Come, what says Romeo?
Have you got leave to shrift today?
I have.
Then hie you to Friar Lawrence cell. There stays a husband to make you a wife. Ooh. Here comes the wanton blood up in your cheeks. They'll be scarlet straight at any news. Hie you to church. I must another way to fetch a ladder by the which your love will climb a bird's nest soon when it is dark. I am the drudge and toil in your delight, but you shall bear the burden soon at night. Go, out to dinner. Hie you to the cell.
Hie to high fortune. Honest nurse, farewell.
Smile the heavens upon this holy act, that after our sorrow chide us not.
Amen. But come what sorrow can I countervail the exchange of joy that one short minute gives me in her sight? Do thou but close our hands with holy words. Then, love devouring death, do what he dare. It is enough I may but call her mine.
These violent delights have violent ends, and in their triumph die like fire and powder, which as they kiss consume. The sweetest honey is loathsome in its own deliciousness, and in taste confounds the appetite. Therefore, love moderately, long love doth so. Too swift arrives as tardy as too slow. Here comes the lady.
Good even to my ghostly confessor.
Romeo shall thank thee, daughter.
Principal, it's much to him. This is his thanks too much.
Come with me, and we will make short work. For by your leave you shall not stay alone till Holy Church incorporate 2 in 1.
I pray thee, good Mercutio, let's retire. The day is hot, and the Capulets abroad. And if we meet, we shall not escape a brawl, for now these hot days is the mad blood stirring.
Thou art like one of those fellows that when he enters the confines of a tavern, he would sort upon the table and says, God send me no need of thee. And by operation of the second cup draws it on the jar, when indeed there is no need.
Am I like such a fellow?
Come. Thou art as hot a jack in thy mood as any in Italy, and as soon moved to be moody, and as soon moody to be moved.
And what two?
Nay, and there were 2 such we should have none shortly, for one would kill the other. That, why thou wilt quarrel with a man that hath a hair more or a hair less in his beard than thou hast. Thou wilt quarrel with a man for cracking nuts, having no other reason but because thou hast his alive. What eye but such an eye spy out such a quarrel? Thy head is as full of quarrels as an egg is full of meat, and yet thy head hath to be narrow as an egg for quarreling. And yet thou would tutor me for quarrel.
By my head, here come the capitalists.
By my heel, I care not.
Gentlemen, good den, a word with one of you.
And but one word with one of us. Couple it with something, make it a word, and a blow.
You shall find me apt enough to that, sir, and you will give me occasion.
Couldst thou not take some occasion without giving?
But you shall thou consortest with Romeo.
Consort? What, dost thou make us minstrels? And if thou make minstrels of us, look to hear nothing but discords. Here's my fiddlestick. Here's that shall make you dance. Zounds,
We
consort.
talk here in the public haunt of men. Either withdrawn to some private place and reason coldly of your grievances, or else depart. Here all eyes gaze on us.
Men's eyes were made to look, and let them gaze. I will not budge for no man's pleasure, I.
Peace be with you, sir. Here comes my man.
But I'll be hanged, sir, if you wear your livery.
Romeo! The hate I bear thee can afford no better term than this. Thou art a villain.
Tybalt, the reason that I have to love thee doth much excuse the appertaining rage such a greeting. Villain am I none, therefore farewell. I see thou knowest me not.
Boy, this shall not excuse the injuries that thou hast done me. Therefore turn into...
I do protest. I never injured thee, but love thee better than thou canst divide. To let you know the reason of my love. It's no good Capulet. You say my tender as dearly as mine own. Be satisfied.
Oh, Tom, 'tis honorable, vile submission. All its staccato carries it away. Tybalt, you rat catcher. Will you walk?
What wouldst thou have with me?
Good king of cats. Nothing but one of your 9 lives that I need to make bold withal. And as you shall use me hereafter, driving the rest of the age. Can you pluck your sword out of his pitcher by the ears? Make haste, lest mine be about your ears ere it be out.
I am for you.
Gentle Mercutio, put thy rapier up.
Come, sir. Your passado.
Draw, Romeo, beat down your weapons. Gentle restrain to bear this outrage. Tybalt, Mercutio, the prince expressly banning the Verona. Hold Mercutio.
I am hurt. A plague on both your houses. I am sped. Gone and have nothing.
What art thou hurt?
I a scratch. A scratch. Mary, 'tis enough.
Courage, man. The hurt cannot be much.
No, 'tis not so deep as a well, nor so wide as a church door, but 'tis enough. It will serve. Ask for me tomorrow, and you shall find me a grave man. I am peppered. I warned for this world. Plague on both your houses. Zounds, a dog, a rat, a mouse, a cat to scratch a man to death, a braggart, a rogue, a villain that plays by the book of arithmetic. Why the devil came you between us? I was hurt under your arm.
I thought all for the best.
Help me into some house, Benvolio, or I shall faint. I go both your houses. They have made worms meat of me. I have it in assembly too. Your houses.
Mercutio, this prince is near ally. My very friend hath got a mortal hurt in my behalf. Reputation stained with Tybalt's slander. Tybalt! This has been an hour, it's been my kinsman. Oh, sweet Juliet. Thy beauty hath made me effeminate, and in my temper softened valor's steel.
Oh, Romeo, brave Mercutio's dead.
Day's black fate on more days doth depend. This but begins the woe, others must end.
Here comes the furious Tybalt back again.
Tybalt, take back the villain which late thou gavest me. For Mercutio's soul is but a little way above our heads, staying for thine to keep her company. Either thou, or I, or both must go with her.
Thou wretched boy that did consort with her here, shalt return hence.
This shall determine that.
Fortune's fool! Why dost thou stay?
Which way ran he that killed Mercutio? Tybalt, that murderer! Which way ran he?
There lies that Tybalt.
Hold there!
Aye, where?
I charge thee, to the prince's name, obey!
Where are the vile beginners of this fray?
Oh no, Prince, I can discover all the unlucky manage of this fatal brawl. There lies the man, slain by young Romeo, that slew thy kinsman, brave Mercutio.
Tybalt! My cousin! Oh, my brother's child! Prince, cousin, husband, oh, the blood is spilled of my dear kinsman! Prince, as thou art true, for blood of ours shed blood of Montague. Oh, cousin!
Benvolio, who began this bloody fray?
Tybalt here slain, whom Romeo's hand did slay.
He is a kinsman to the Montague. Affection makes him false. He speaks not true. Some 20 fought in this black strife, and all those 20 did kill but one life. I beg for justice, which thou, Prince, must give. Romeo slew Tybalt. Romeo was not there.
Romeo slew him. He slew Mercutio, who now the prince of her dear blood doth owe.
Not Romeo. Prince, he was Mercutio's friend. His fault concludes what the law should end. The life of Tybalt.
And for that offense, immediately we do exile him hence. I have an interest in your heart's proceeding. My blood for your rude brawls doth lie a-bleeding. But I'll immerse you with so strong a fine that you shall all repent the loss of mine. I will be death pleading and excuses, nor cheer